We use the past simple to describe an action or event in the past that has been completed. This is Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. He was an Austrian musician and composer. He lived from 1756 to 1791. He started composing at the age of 5 and wrote more than 600 pieces of music. He was only 35 years old when he died. Was or were plus a verb with ing is the past continuous. For example, I was playing, she was doing, you were working, and so on. We use the past continuous when we want to talk about an action in the past at a certain time, an action that had started but not finished. Yesterday, Karen and Jim played tennis. They started at 10 o'clock and finished at 11:30. So, at 10:30, they were playing tennis. They were playing means they were in the middle of playing. They hadn't finished playing. I was doing something means that I was in the middle of doing something at a certain time. The action or situation had already started before this time, but hadn't finished. What were you doing at 10 o'clock last night? The past continuous is I was doing, and the past simple is I did. The past continuous is used when we want to talk about being in the middle of an action. For example, I was walking home when I met Dan. This means I was in the middle of walking home. The past simple is used when we want to talk about an action or situation that has been completed. For example, I walked home after the party last night. We often use the past continuous and the past simple together to say that something happened in the middle of something else. It was raining when I got up. Or, I hurt my back while I was working in the garden. Now let's compare two examples. When Karen arrived, we were having dinner. When Karen arrived, we had dinner. This means we had started having dinner before she arrived. This means Karen arrived, and then we had dinner. It's important to remember that some verbs, for example, know and want, are not normally used in the continuous. For example, I was enjoying the party, but Chris wanted to go home. We don't say, Chris was wanting to go home.
The past perfect has a very simple form: the auxiliary and the main verb. The auxiliary is always had. I had, you had, he, she, it had, they had, we had, etc. The main verb is the past participle. For regular verbs, the past participle is just the same as any past tense. For example, walked or studied. But for irregular verbs, you have to learn them. Well, the past participle is the third column. Barry had driven 10 miles when he ran out of petrol. Had is the auxiliary verb and driven is the irregular past participle.
The past perfect tense is used to signify that an event happened before another event in the simple past. The formula is subject plus had plus past participle. When he arrived to the train station, the train had left. We use had left to show that this event happened before he arrived. He had been a construction worker before he became an architect. He failed the exam because he hadn't studied. He traveled to the United States because he had studied English. She had not seen a kangaroo until she went to Australia. Here we use had not seen to show that this event came first.